Yo, what's going on, guys? Hopefully you're not busy because I am recording this commentary. I'm not chopping this fucking video up. It's like a 50-something minute video. But we are going to attempt to talk about a bunch of random shit. I am going to talk a little bit about the game because I've got about 9 hours in right now. But I'm going to talk about some other shit too. Some stuff you've already heard, but I promise you, I could talk about some stuff over and over and over, and a lot of people wouldn't even catch it. But let's see. First of all, let's talk about this game a little bit. I am going to finish this fucking game. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. I've been live streaming it a lot, and I didn't read anything about it. I haven't played Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now I just jumped back into it, didn't know anything of what I was doing. Blah. But, you know, some people that have played it have been coming through the stream and giving me little tips and tricks. So I've been getting a little bit better at what I'm supposed to be doing. And I realized that, like, I have 9 hours in the game. But if I probably would have did everything right from the beginning, I'd probably have about 5 hours in the game right now, or 4, and I'd be just as far as I am now. But, oh well, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. People in the stream, I mean, evidently have been enjoying it. I haven't seen, like, any of the people running in there saying, please play Call of Duty, don't play this. Like, no one's really complained about me playing Final Fantasy, but I've noticed that, you know, as with any other game, you know, no one wants to watch it on my channel. And I know it's not like no one wants to see this game. I know what's happened. I know what's happened with my channel. You know, a lot of people subscribe for Call of Duty. I'm still doing Call of Duty. It's not as much right now because I'm having trouble getting gameplays and, you know, stuff like that. But it's just funny to me how the Call of Duty people don't watch anything else. They don't want to watch nothing else usually. I mean, every other game that I've ever played, like, you know, I got plenty of friends that play games, and they all, like, most of them I met through Halo 3. That's how I met them, but they always played a variety of games. They played, you know, Halo. They played, some of them played Call of Duty. Some of them played, you know, RPGs and things like that. But it seems to me like, I guess, that everyone that owns Call of Duty, the majority, don't even own another game. They own Call of Duty, and that's it. And I don't know. I've got a lot of games over here I feel like I've been neglecting. And I really want to get some playtime in on them. Fuck, I'm kicking shit over and stuff. Like, I've got, like I actually really, I've played the Halo 3 campaign probably 50 to 100 times with different people, by myself, on easy, normal, regular, whatever, and, you know, legendary, all the whole thing. I've played it, I've beat it multiple times, never captured it. So that's something I kind of want to do. Even though the game's old, I don't know. I mean, I just want to play the fucking game and capture it and maybe do live commentary over it or something. Haven't never really finished the Halo Reach campaign. I'm pretty sure I beat ODST once, I think. So that's something, you know, I might go back and do. I thought ODST was a decent campaign. It was different, but I liked it. Been playing the shit out of this. Played a couple hours of Skyrim. Really reevaluating what I want to do with Skyrim. I don't know yet what I want to do with it, but you know, I have a lot of games sitting right here that are newer and older. That I've realized that I have neglected them. Neglected the fuck out of them. So, I don't know. Who knows? I might hop into some of those. Right now, the problem is I'm not going to say addicted to this game, but it's going to take up a lot of my time until I finish it. And then, you know, I'm throwing in Skyrim here and there. The only reason I haven't played Call of Duty in the last few days is every time that I get on to play, everyone that I normally play with is going to bed or something else. You know, they're doing something else. So, that's why I haven't been playing Call of Duty. And everybody that knows me knows I mainly play Call of Duty so I can play with my friends, so, you know. And I guess let's talk about that, why we're doing this commentary. I've seen a lot of people doing it. I'm not going to go make a video and just title it whatever, just to, to get the extra views on it. I'll just talk about it in here because I don't give a fuck. A lot of people have been talking about new games coming out, COD killers, etc., blah, blah, blah. You know, what's going to kill Call of Duty and all of this. And I guess the lead developers from Modern Warfare 2, the guys that got fired, are bringing out their own game. And some people think that that's going to blow Call of Duty out of the water. It's possible. It could happen. I mean, to me personally, Modern Warfare 2 was my favorite Call of Duty until it had all the problems. But, you know, as they fixed the problems, it got better. And then I didn't feel like it was a bad game until the end of the game where they wouldn't fix the one-man army noob tube. But either way, my theory on this is I don't think there's a game, as big as Call of Duty has got lately, I don't think there's really a game that's going to come out and kill Call of Duty. I think I don't know, I didn't want to think this, but I honestly think now that Call of Duty is going to kill itself. And the reason being is because they want to make the game more user-friendly, and we don't want all that bullshit in the game. As a majority, from what I see, people don't want last stand, second chance, final stand, whatever the fuck it is. They don't want assassin, they don't want blind eye, they don't want ghost. They don't want all these kind of things. Now, I don't see a big deal with the noob tubes because after they finally realize you don't want to give people unlimited noob tubes and things like that, I don't really see that as a big deal. Now, what they did that pisses me off, one of the other things that they did is, since everybody complained about the noob tubes, which was understandable, you know, noob tubes were ridiculous, I guess they got the clever idea of, well, if we're going to nerf the noob tubes where you can't replenish them, we should nerf the grenades. I love throwing grenades. I never seen a problem in Call of Duty being able to replenish your grenades and throw more of them. But they took that away. I promise you. And I don't use grenades, I use Simtex anyways, but that was a fun thing to me, is like, kill somebody, pick up their grenades, throw them across the map, and hit a god nade just out of nowhere. I like that. To me, that's funny. I don't know. That's one of the things. But my biggest thing right now is when I say Call of Duty's going to kill itself, you know, they're talking about this lag compensation shit. Now they're trying to fix it. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. Now it's going to be like every other Call of Duty. What happens is they put out a product that is not exactly ready. And then they try to fix it, and there's stuff that they put in it that they can't really fix. I don't think they can get rid of lag compensation in the game right now. Maybe in the next Call of Duty they can not have it in there to begin with, but as of right now, I think, you know, people say Black Ops is fixed. Black Ops ain't fucking fixed. I played that shit. It was the same shit. It was like, ooh, kill a guy in 3 bullets, turn around, shoot the other guy. Oh, whole clip. You didn't do nothing to him. Even though you're only 5 feet away and you know for fucking sure that you were aiming. I'm not even aiming for headshots. I shoot a motherfucker in the body, put a whole clip in him. And it takes the whole fucking clip for the bullets to register and kill him. Or half the time, I shoot half the clip and then I just die out of nowhere. Like, that game is not fucking fixed. I still like Black Ops, even though it's not fixed. Because I accept it for what it is. It's a good concept that failed. Same thing I'm seeing now with Modern Warfare 3. I got Modern Warfare 3 and I thought it was fucking great. I had no problems with Modern Warfare 3 for the first 2 or 3, 4 weeks. And then they started putting out patches and they fucked the whole game up for me. Now, they might have made it better for other people. That doesn't make any sense to me, though. How the fuck can the game work for you but not work for me? And vice versa. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know what they've done to these games to do this. But I don't see it in any other games. I don't see it in any of the first-person shooter I play. I don't see it in Halo. I've been playing Gotham City Imposters. They don't have a great aiming system. But guess what? I don't know anybody who will tell me that there's a great aiming system in the game. So it's not like, you know, I feel like there's something wrong with the game and someone else disagrees. As a consensus, everyone has the same, you know, thoughts about the game that I know. They say, yeah, I have fun with it, but, you know, the aiming system could be better or whatever. Like, you see what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be no Johnny down the street gets perfect hit detection, but Joe that lives 6 blocks away gets no hit detection, and then the guy over in Canada has a shitty connection but rapes everyone because of lag compensation or whatever. Like, just, you know, this retarded shit. It's just all retarded to me. And I don't know. Now, to get into some other topics other than Call of Duty, let me finish this off with this. People are now talking about it. And, you know, I've been called a view whore before. I don't give a fuck. I put out videos that I want to put out. If I want to put out a video called, you know, finger in the pussy, then I'll put it out. So I'm not really hating, you know, I know it's going to happen. But right now there's a lot of videos coming out talking about Black Ops 2. Look, I don't know what they're going to call the game. It might be Black Ops 2. It might be Call of Duty Fuck Your Mother. I don't know yet. We're all pretty much in consensus that it's going to be Treyarch making it. We all should know by now that it's going to come out this year. I mean, they announced last year that they were planning on a new Call of Duty coming out every year. Now, this is partly, you know, I guess you could say Activision's fault. They do it on purpose. I went and got a listing of every game scheduled to come out this year. Black Ops or Call of Duty is not on there. Why? Because they're trying to keep it under wraps. They want you guys to be like all excited about it and wondering, is it going to come out? When's it going to come out? Blah, blah, blah. You know when it's going to come out. It's going to come out in November. Probably fucking same day. November 11th or whatever, 8th. Whatever that Tuesday falls on or whatever. And we pretty much already know what we're going to get. For the most part, the majority of the game, we pretty much know what we're going to get. So I'm not really going to worry about it right now. I'm not going to hype it up because we know it's going to happen. I'll probably talk about it when I get actual confirmation of this is what they're going to call it and this is when they're planning on bringing it out, etc., etc. Now, let's go off into another topic, and I'm trying to think of what I want to talk about. One of the things that I thought about trying that I probably won't is everyone's doing all these challenges nowadays. And honestly, if I did them, I mean, I don't know how to explain it because if I did them, I can guarantee you my reaction is probably going to be fake. For one, anything that would make me like puke or nauseous or anything like that, I probably wouldn't attempt to do anyways. And anything else, I'm not really good at faking certain things. I mean, I feel like I act a little bit here and there, and I do stupid stuff to be funny, but I just don't think that filling my mouth with cinnamon's going to do anything for me, except for make me spit it out. You're probably not going to get a real crazy reaction. You're just going to see me spit it out and say, fuck this, I'm not doing that. Or the 3-carrot challenge by El Presidor. I thought El Presidor's video was funny as fuck. LT Doms made a video that I thought was really good. His carrot response or whatever. But at the end of the day, me doing a carrot challenge, I don't fucking like carrots like that. I do eat carrots, sliced carrots, and I put butter on them, and I cook them or whatever, so the butter gets all soaked into them, and I eat them hot, and they're good. Cold carrots, carrot sticks, I ain't fucking Bugs Bunny. Ain't happening. I thought about it. I don't really know if there's any challenges I can do. We'll just have to see. I don't know. There's a lot of different stuff like I sit around and think about all fucking day as in doing commentaries. And it's really crazy because half the shit I forget or I don't remember to put it out or whatever. Like, I need to actually get a fucking like pocket recorder or something because I sit here and I'll be trying to go to sleep for like an hour or two and I'll just be laying there thinking of like, what am I going to do tomorrow? You know, where am I going to eat? You know, shit that I shouldn't be thinking about till I wake up. I'd be thinking about that kind of stuff. And then I'd be thinking about like the future and, you know, real life stuff. I also think about, like I said, I also sometimes think, you know, hey, it's time for me to do some commentaries. What should I do some commentaries about? And I start brainstorming, like laying on the couch with all the lights out, going to sleep. And I've actually had some stuff that came up in my mind that I was like, you know, I should really do a commentary on that. And then I wake up the next day and I don't remember it. And then a week later I might remember it. And then I still don't sit down and do it. So, I don't know. And I don't know if there's any major cuts. I don't think there's any major cutscenes in this commentary. If there are, if you remind me, I can chop them out and upload them with nothing on them. But I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to sit here and do 10 commentaries and chop this file all up. Why not just do a straight through fucking commentary of sorts and see how it works out? Because, you know, I don't know many commentators that do long videos like this. I know P-Bat's done a few, and I know there's a few people that have done them, but the majority of commentaries do short-ass videos. They talk about one specific little topic, and they try to maximize the potential out of it. And that's just not me. That's really not me. Like, I am a rambling, talking person. I like doing shorter videos, 5 to 10 minutes, but at the same time, some stuff that I do, I can't even fit it into 5 or 10 minutes. And you guys might see some of the stuff I'm talking about in other commentaries specifically for that subject. One video ideal that I wanted to talk about, and I'm probably going to talk about it here right now because it's going to be a little more broad and long-winded, I guess you could say. And I don't know, maybe even more detailed than what you would get in the other commentary if I ever do an actual just commentary about this subject. And it's about idolizing people. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I made a video kind of like my news videos, and it was about Whitney Houston dying, and I kind of made it sarcastic and, you know, kind of goofy. And I did it on purpose, you know, no disrespect to Whitney Houston. You know, she was a great singer or whatever. But I kind of did it not because of Whitney Houston. It's because of all the things I've seen on Twitter and Facebook just flashing up everywhere. And, I mean, people idolize people that I don't feel like should be idolized. Look, I hope some of you guys like me and like my content and, you know, would feel sad maybe if I died or something. But I don't want you motherfuckers lining up around fucking blocks and, you know, cities with fucking candlelight vigils talking about how amazing I was. Because I'm just a regular motherfucker like you. Yes, I might talk about shit you want to hear about, or I might entertain you. But at the end of the day, I am just a person, just like you, in a different position. You know, some of you guys are commentators. Some of you guys just watch videos. You might look at me, some of you guys that just watch videos might like my content and look at me as a person that, you know, man, I'd like to hang out with that guy in real life. I think he's funny, or I like the serious shit he talks about, or whatever. Like, I like his music, or whatever it is, you know, that brings you to my page. But at the end of the day, like I said, there's a difference between being popular and being a star, or being you know, famous or anything like that. There's differences between all of these things. And even the most famous person at the end of the day is just a regular ass human being that just happens to be lucky enough to be able to entertain people. And you know, we're gonna say, a lot of people always ask me, do you like Eminem? I actually really like Eminem's music. I think he's a very talented artist. Back in the day, his earlier stuff, I really liked it. There's a lot of rappers that I like that, you know, I will stick up for them and things like that. You know, when people say, oh, I don't like such and such, and I do like them, I'll stick up for them. Same goes for people like rappers I think are trash. Like, if somebody says that they're dope, I say, man, that dude's garbage, or whatever. Like, but, you know, what I'm getting at with that is, if Eminem died tomorrow, I'd be kind of sad, because I know I'm not going to get any more music from him. It would have, like, some effects on me. Like, I wouldn't be crying or moping or anything. I'd probably send out, you know, my condolences on Twitter or whatever. But what I would not do is, if, say, somebody said, you know, say I see somebody tweets out, good thing Eminem's fucking dead, he was a terrible rapper. I'm not even probably going to respond to that, because I don't give a fuck. How does that affect me? I mean, and if I do comment back to it, it wouldn't be something serious like, you know, don't ever disrespect Eminem. I fucking kill you, motherfucker. He was the best rapper ever. Like, that's how some of these people act about fucking superstars and shit. And another reason I'm bringing this up is a lot of you motherfuckers, and I'm not necessarily talking to you guys, my subscribers. I'm talking to the gaming community in general. Just the gaming community, the whole community. Half of the people I'm talking to right now don't even watch my fucking videos. But all you motherfuckers, stop with that stupid shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about White Boy, Woody, X-Jaws, and I don't give a fuck about a YouTuber with 50 subs. If I don't talk to you and I don't know you, I could give a fuck less. That's not disrespecting any of those guys. I'm just telling you, what should I care? Why should I care if someone says, oh, Woody's gamertag's a dick? Oh, well. Why should I care if they say Woody Gamertag is the best fucking commentator ever? Like, I don't care either way. I wish all the commentators out there the best of luck. I try to stick with my friends that I've made on YouTube, and I try to make new friends on YouTube. But people that I'm not friends with and I don't know, I could give a shit about. And what I mean by that is, whatever happens with them, happens with them. You know, it's all good, it's all fun to keep up with the YouTube drama, the Twitter drama, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm fine with all that. To me, it's entertaining, but a lot of people idolize commentators, and we shouldn't idolize commentators. Like, we're just regular motherfuckers that are fortunate enough to be in a position to reach a massive audience. And, you know, I'm grateful for the amount of people that I've got to watch my videos on YouTube. I want more. I don't think that I would be in my right mind if I did not want more. Like, I didn't get on here just to commentate over gameplay. I got on here to do a multitude, I don't know if that makes sense, of different things. Like, I got on here to do my music. I got on here to act stupid, be serious, talk about shit going on in my life. I got on here to not necessarily give advice, but, you know, share my experiences. And if someone asks for advice, I might give them my advice. But I tell people all the time, like, don't necessarily take my advice, you know. What if my advice is jump off a fucking bridge? Are you going to do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, rationalize what you get. You know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with saying, you know, hey, Sinumatic, what would you do about this situation? You know, I'll tell you what I would do. Does that mean I think you should do it? No. But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different things in this gaming community that to me are fucked up. Like, you know, I understand, alright. I understand some commentators do these advice things where they give people advice. People send in questions, they give them advice. If you notice, if you really pay attention, they're only giving the craziest stories attention. You gotta come with some wild shit. Like, hey, I think I'm gay. How should I feel about touching another man's ass? That'll get a response. But ask something that's just really serious. Like, seriously, you know, a serious thing that you need advice on that's not over the top or too crazy. And it probably won't make it. But, you know, I'm the type of motherfucker that normally anything I'm asked, I will answer. But like I always tell everybody, I'm not telling you this is the way to do it. It's not set in stone or anything like that. And I'm almost halfway through this video, and I probably, you know, I don't expect everyone to watch this whole video. I don't care. I'm talking. I can talk to myself for all I care, but I hope that you guys are still watching. Honestly, I feel like this is the reason that I have the active viewers that I have. It ain't the gameplay. I don't think it's the game or the gameplay. I think it's the shit that I talk about or whatever. But at the end of the day, that's one thing I'm still trying to figure out. What exactly is it that my viewers stick around for? What exactly is it that they like the most? You know, what do they like the least? Like, I've tell the people all the time, like, I do this shit on my channel because I enjoy doing it. Some of it, I do it because I enjoy doing it. I know it might get more views than other things, but at the end of the day, I don't do anything on here that I don't enjoy. So I probably, if there was a major consensus that no one liked one certain thing I did on my channel, I probably wouldn't stop doing it. But I do take it in consideration. I do try to entertain you guys, and if I knew there was one thing that I did that a lot of you didn't like, I would probably at least cut back on that a little bit. I would lessen the focus on it. That's really what I'm trying to get into right now, is figuring out, you know, what I should be focusing on more than other things on my page. And I know a lot of people say music, but music doesn't come like that for me. I'm never going to force a product out like that. Everything else that I do is kind of like off the top of the head. Just things that I sit around and do anyways, you know what I mean? Like, all of my commentaries are practically things that I sit around and think about anyways, all the time. Or if someone asks me a question and I make a commentary on that, I normally sit around and think about that question for, you know, a couple hours, a couple days, or, you know, whatever. Like, you know, that's just the type of fucking person I am. But never really been like that with the music. I've had times where I went through spurts where I wrote music like a maniac. But it wasn't forced. It just came naturally. And then I have times where I don't write very often. So I'll never be able to put that as the main focus on my page, probably. Because I don't know if I'd ever be able to keep up with the pace that I would set. Because I'm an impatient person, and I honestly feel like I really would like to post up probably, not every single day, but there's plenty of days when I would like to post up 4 or 5 videos. I mean, think about it. I've been talking for 26 to 27 minutes right now, and I could have made 5 videos out of this. I could have shortened the topics and made them more concise and made 5 or 6 videos. And I could do this all day. So, you know, I know it's not a good, it's not something that I should do right now on my channel. It's not that I don't want to do stuff like that. It's just I shouldn't probably do it because, you know, some people are so picky on here. Some people are like, oh, he's spamming me with videos. And then, you know, other people are like, well, I'm only going to go watch Sinumatic's channel, like, you know, once or twice a week and try to catch up on all the videos. They're not going to catch up on 30 videos if they come here once a week. It's just a lot of different random stuff. But I don't know. And like I told you guys, I'm rambling on, and I kind of want to go back and touch on the idolizing people a little bit more. I'm not just going to talk about gaming. I'm talking about society as a whole. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, when I say that I don't like the ideal of people idolizing people for, you know, whatever reason, because they like their music, they like their movies, they like their gameplay commentaries or whatever, is because people die every fucking day. People die every day. Brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, grandparents, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters. They're dying all over the fucking planet every day. You know, and at the end of the day, like, you know, if your brother dies, who all is gonna care? His family. That's his family and his friends. Like, you know, no one else is gonna make a big deal about it. To the normal average person that doesn't know that person, they don't give a fuck. So, you know, what's the point in making a big deal about someone like an artist that you've never met in your life? You've seen him on TV, yeah, but you've never met him in your life. I don't know. To me, it's the same thing as, you know, you go to eat breakfast at the same place every week, and there's an old fucking man that's always sitting at booth number 7, drinking coffee and smoking a cigarette, right? And then, you know, one day you come to the restaurant and he's just never there anymore, and you find out he's dead. Okay. Sorry that he died. People die every fucking day. But am I going to cry about it? Am I going to make a big, huge deal about it? I'm not. People do, though. People do stuff like that. It's just, you know, I understand when, like, family members and friends die, you know, it might hurt you. It might make you feel certain ways or whatever, but I just don't understand getting all butthurt over someone else that, like I said, is just someone you like or whatever. But I don't know, I'm trying to think of another fucking topic to talk about, but I can't get myself off of this topic because there's just other things. Let's get off of this topic. Let's talk about YouTube a little bit. Let's talk about some stuff with YouTube, because everybody's on YouTube watching this video, or everybody that is watching this video is probably on YouTube. So let's kind of talk about that a little bit. And I've talked about this kind of stuff before, but I still get asked the same questions a lot. One thing that I want to point out about YouTube is people get mad at certain people on, especially Twitter, for talking about certain things. But they don't understand the concept behind what's going on in the world, on the internet, whatever you want to call it. And that is the fact that any publicity is good publicity. Bad publicity is good publicity. A lot of people are going that route because, and I'm going to break it down the best way that I can. A lot of people are going that route because, look, I can be the good guy all day. I can make good videos all day. I can be nice to everybody. I can do all the right things and never get exposure. Never get out there. 90% of the gaming community doesn't know who the fuck I am, right? I can do all this stuff. At the same time, I could make good videos or make bad videos. It doesn't matter. I can make videos, just in general. But I can talk bad to the right people, and I can, you know, get a lot of bad publicity on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc. And at the end of the day, that publicity drives traffic. And when you drive traffic, here's the thing about YouTube. It's not about how good your content is. It's not about how good of a commentator you are. It's not about any of that. It is about finding the people that like what you do. Now, some people might like you because they like what you talk about. Some people might like you because you're good at gaming. Some people might like you because you're bad at gaming. You know what I mean? Different people are looking for different things on the internet. In the world in general, people are looking for different things. And it's all about finding your potential viewers. And when you cause a lot of commotion, you're going to gather a wide variety of people. Some of these people will hate your content. Some of these people will take up for the person that you're causing controversy with. But then there is another group of people that might not really like the person that you have controversy with and might give you a chance and come listen to what you're doing. And even though they realize that your whole page isn't based around causing this controversy with these people, they find out that they like the stuff that you do, whatever it is. And you can gather new viewers. It's a different way of promotion, a different way of marketing, a different way of getting yourself out there. Think about it. Think about it. Let's forget about YouTube commentary for a minute. Let's think about music. Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson had all kinds of controversy surrounding him. And what did it do? It shot him up to superstardom. Yes, it got him more haters. But it also got him more followers. More people wanting to listen to his music. People that had never listened to Marilyn Manson said, I want to see what all the hype is. I got to see what it's all about. Some of them ended up liking the stuff that he did. Same thing with Eminem. Eminem is not a dumb motherfucker. I've heard people get mad about some of the stuff Eminem's done and don't realize why he did it. You know, everyone was going on about, all these like gay people were going on about, don't support Eminem, he bashes gay people and blah blah blah, right? That's one of the small things. Like, there's been so many different things that they've thrown at this guy. So when Eminem performed with Elton John a while back, when he performed Stan with Elton John, a lot of people were like, oh, that's fucked up. You know what? If you go back and read interviews, Eminem specifically said, I'm not going to perform unless you get Elton John on the phone and see if he is wanting to do Stan with me. And basically, he had talks with Elton John before, and Elton John knows that he's not like a fucking gay basher or whatever, and Elton John's gay. So Elton John was like, you know what? It's a privilege. I'll come play the piano and fucking do the hook for you, because I want people to realize that you're not really that type of person. And what it did was, it's kind of like how all this stuff has worked on Twitter. What it does is you're still gonna have the haters that just never will give it up. But a lot of people were like, he must not really be a gay basher if he's performing with Elton John. Why would Elton John perform with him if he was that type of person? So you see what I mean? It's kind of like, it's weird. I think honestly the only thing I can put all this stuff to is, and it's funny because I don't watch it anymore, but when I was a kid I watched it, and you know, a little bit when I was an adult I came back and watched it, was wrestling. And I see a lot of what wrestling, to me, wrestling is a man's soap opera. People, I don't even think people watch wrestling for suplexes and shit anymore. They watch wrestling because it is a man's soap opera. And what do they do in wrestling? Anyone who's ever watched wrestling should know how wrestling works. And that's really, honestly, that's how YouTube works. That's how Twitter's working. That's how a lot of different things in the world work similar. I'm just going to take Hulk Hogan, for example, one of the biggest wrestling superstars ever. He's like the Michael Jordan of wrestling, right? Hulk Hogan was known in the beginning when he first got his name as Hulk Hogan, like first became Hulk Hogan or whatever. Because he used to have, I forget his name's Terry something. It might be Terry Hogan, I don't even fucking remember. But either way, you know, he had a different wrestling name. He was a nobody. And they took him and made him into a superstar. When they did, they put this thing behind him, you know, this I am a real American, you know, that shit. And he was all about, you know, oh, brother, you gotta take your vitamins and say your prayers and all this. He was the good guy. He was the all-American fucking good guy. And they rode that shit into the pavement. You know, he had all these enemies. He was standing up for, you know, the goodness in the world and all this stuff. And then what happens? What happened? One day he had to evolve. No one wanted to see Hulk Hogan the good guy anymore, so he became an arrogant dickhead. And I fucking loved it. He, you know, they had the NWO and all that. He had the fucking Jimi Hendrix music. He came out with the fucking, what is it called? A boa or something? That fucking fuzzy looking thing he had around his neck. I don't even know what it's called. Whatever. But, you know, he came out as a cocky bastard. And I fucking loved it. And, you know, he had a few different transformations. You know, he went back. Look, like, Randy Savage is probably my favorite wrestler. And Randy Savage was a good guy sometimes. He was Hulk Hogan's friend sometimes. And, you know, he was in the NWO as a bad guy. Like, he's always been a good guy / bad guy / cocky bastard. And you see what I'm saying. It's not always a bad thing to be the bad guy. Ravishing Rick Rude, as far as I can remember, was always a bad guy. He was funny. He was funny. Every wrestler, like, almost, not every wrestler, but I'm sure the majority of big wrestlers have always been good guys and bad guys and things like. Remember The Undertaker? The Undertaker was a bad guy, right? And then how did they make him a good guy? They brought out Kane as supposedly his, like, long lost brother or whatever that whole story was. And Kane was the bad guy. So he made The Undertaker look like a good guy. Like, you see what I mean? Like, when you break down the way wrestling, Sting was a good guy. Forever became a bad guy. When you break, and then became a good guy in the same character that he was the bad guy in. You know, he joins the NWO, then he switches to the Wolfpack, which is basically the NWO as good guys. But I would stop running all this wrestling into it and just take a second and think about it. Like, does it all make sense to you that, you know, I'm just going to point out, I'm going to point out a commentator, a middle-ranged, I feel like he's a big commentator, but in all actuality, he's a mid-range commentator, considering I feel like I'm a low-level commentator, as in subscribers. We're talking about subscribers here. But I'm going to point out Thunderstruck. 100-something thousand subs, right? Growing YouTube page still. He'll probably reach that 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 mark eventually, maybe even further. But I like Thunder. I like Thunder. I think Thunder is one of the good guys. But most people don't think that because of the image he portrays sometimes. And, you know, some of the stuff that he talks about, I think he's really serious about. I think he's really irritated with Call of Duty. At the same time, I still think that he has hope for Call of Duty and all that kind of stuff. I might be wrong there. But one thing I know Thunder likes to do, at least from what I see on Twitter, is he likes to push your buttons. He likes to bring up fucked up things in Call of Duty and blow them up to cause reaction, you know. Some people that like Call of Duty will disagree with him. Some of them will get mad at him, you know. And then he's also got the people that agree with him, that take up for him. So all of that publicity is not bad publicity, because what's going to happen is some guys that don't even know who this guy is, they might not agree with him even. But when they see all these tweets getting tweeted out and retweeted back and forth and whatever, it's going to bring up interest. They're going to want to know what this guy's about, so they're going to go to his channel. Then they're going to see him play, and then they're going to realize they either like what he does or they don't. A lot of them will like it. But I consider him one of the good guys. Some people would consider him the bad guy. Do I think he plays the bad guy role sometimes? Possibly. It doesn't bother me because I look at this stuff like from the aspect of wrestling or something else. I look at the world like that. There's no really such thing as the good guy and the bad guy. All of us are good guys and bad guys. Even the most hardened fucking criminal is a good guy to somebody. Like, hopefully this stuff's making sense to you guys. Like, I know everyone has their own way of thinking, but think about that. Think about this. You go find you a hardened fucking criminal, thug, whatever you want to call them, and I guarantee you're going to find someone that loves that person and will tell you that's the greatest fucking person in the world, and that they're looked at wrong or whatever. Whatever the case may be. You know, it's just a sad fact that in order to bring attention and exposure these days, it seems like you need something really edgy and drastic to do it. And I can point out many different things. I've talked about this stuff with other people. Think about this. New restaurant comes in town. I go to that restaurant. Great experience, great service, great food. Who am I going to tell? Maybe a couple close friends, maybe my parents or my brother or sister or someone like that, right? That's going to probably be it. Say I go to this restaurant and I decide it's the worst fucking experience I've ever had, the worst food I've ever had. What am I going to do? I'm going to tell the whole fucking world. I'm going to get on Twitter, Facebook, and everywhere else and say, do not eat at this fucking restaurant. It is disgusting. What's going to happen? Honestly, when people tell me this, don't ever eat at so-and-so, I went there and their food was nasty. Guess what? Normally, I try that food once, if it's the type of food I eat. Because I don't ever believe what people tell me. They might have just had one bad experience, and it might be a great restaurant, and I'm like, psh, you know, I might go there and be like, shit, I'm going to go here every week. You know, and people have different tastes and things like that. So, like I said, what's bad to one person might be good to another. So, at the end of that discussion, though, I can guarantee you the place that is considered... And I got to take a drink real quick. Hold on. The person that considers their experience bad are going to tell more people than the people that find the experience good. They're not going to go tell as many people. But then there's another effect to that. Say somebody says, you know, there's a steakhouse called such and such that just came to town and it's fucking disgusting, nobody eat there. He tells the whole world, right? And then some other guy that he knows says, you know what, I'm going to go try that place anyways. And he has a good experience with the restaurant. Now he is more likely to tell people that he had a good experience. He's going to be saying stuff on, you know, to people that he knows like, hey, I don't know what so-and-so was talking about, but I went there and I had a great time. You should go try it out. See what I'm saying? Like, the bad experience causes some good experiences. Like, it's crazy. I've been talking about this for a minute now. I got a little bit more time. Let's talk about some more YouTube shit, though. It's because I feel like talking about YouTube shit. A lot of behind the scenes shit going on YouTube that a lot of you guys don't know about, don't see, may never know about, and even if I tell you, you won't believe it. So I'm not really going to go in depth on some of it. But I just want to say that, you know, I do realize now that as much as I enjoy doing this, as much as I want to get more exposure, and, you know, as much as I want to tell my stories and my thoughts to the world, I know that it's not exactly going to happen the way that I foresee it without adjusting a few things and without doing a few things. For one, I think that I'm going to have to get help, be it from my subscribers or be it from bigger commentators or whatever. And I'm not talking about the big guys. I said bigger commentators, like people that are on my level or above. I might have to do that eventually. And it's not, the biggest problem with it is I don't really, it's kind of fucked up. Like, I don't want to just go ask for help. Like, I actually want to get to know people and, you know, conversate with them and, you know, kind of build a friendship with them first. But then most of the guys that I can tell you that are bigger YouTubers that I'm friends with on here now, then I don't want to ask them because I feel like I don't want to mess with that friendship, or I don't want to make them feel like I might be, you know, using them or anything like that. So it kind of puts you in a situation. But I'm telling you guys right now, I do realize that a lot of marketing and promotion goes into making a successful YouTube page. And when I say marketing and promotion, this is one thing I want to clear up. There's nothing wrong if you make a video you feel like is amazing. There is nothing wrong with trying to get it out there by tweeting it at bigger commentators and asking them to check it out or retweet it or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is something wrong with spamming the shit out of people. And when I say spamming the shit out of people, you can tweet out all day, all you want, hey, I got a new video up, anybody wants to retweet it. You're tweeting at people that follow you that want to hopefully talk to you anyways. But to come out and specifically tweet at groups of people or one or two people or whatever every single day, constantly, every video you put up, everything you do, that's not good. I can tell you right now, one of my, you know, like Ricky Chops. Ricky Chops has, you know, 30, almost 40-something thousand subs. I consider Ricky a friend. I consider Ricky as someone that, you know, if I want to talk to, I can hit him up and we'll talk. And if he wants to talk to me, he hits me up and we talk, whatever. I don't consider, you know, anything that he'd ask me to do for him as him trying to use me, or therefore I don't consider anything that I would ask him me trying to use him. I do tweet videos or Skype videos to Ricky every blue moon. But I don't do it unless I think it's something that when he watches it, he's going to enjoy it. I don't do it for the fact of being just like, hey Ricky, help a motherfucker out, tweet my video out. I don't do that. I make sure that it's something that I think he's going to like, and I tweet it at him. Just so happens that sometimes when this happens, I think it's a video that a few different people are going to like, so I tweet it at a few different people. But I don't just, every video that I put out, I don't go ask other commentators to tweet it out, because that's just not the way to do it. Now, if you do something, like I said, that is above and beyond, either commentary-wise, quality-wise, or something makes the video stick out, and you feel like, you know, somebody might like it, then hey, you know, tweet it to a couple people, whatever. I'm just saying this from what I see. I see a lot of people that take the ideal the wrong way, and they think, alright, every single day I'm going to put a video out, and every single day I'm going to tweet a link of that video to fucking, you know, 10 big-ass commentators and beg them to retweet it. And I just don't think that that's a good way to market and promote. I don't feel like that's really the marketing. And like I said, I always try to look at things from a non-biased view. I do think it is a good thing to try to spread your shit on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I just think that there are right and wrong ways to do it. And as I always tell everybody, you don't have to take my advice. If you don't agree with that, then that's fine. I'm just telling you how I look at it. But, you know, there's other ways to do it. I just haven't found the right way for me. You know, I'm probably not buying any shout outs. I don't know if anybody wants to give me shout outs, you know, that would help me out just out of the goodness of their heart. I don't know that. I'm not really figuring out if I'm gonna ask around or anything like that. But there's way more ways of promotion like that. Dual comms, you know, I've did dual comms. I don't do a lot, but I might do a few with some people. I don't know. Eventually, but you know, sometimes that works for people, sometimes it don't. But there's a lot of other things like you can pay for advertising. You can pay YouTube directly to advertise your video. You can pay Social Blade, VidStats, a lot of major websites you can pay for advertising. You know, it depends on how much money you got, really. How big the site is, how much money you got. You know, I think YouTube's got some deals that you can get for a couple $100 or whatever. I think you can even start out at like $50, but my whole thing is I'm kind of like, you know, I'm not made of money like that, so it kind of scares me to jump out and do it. But I know there's going to become a time where I'm going to either have to say, you know what, I have to do something, or I just will sit here where I'm at and do the exact same thing I've been doing and just, you know, get what I get. But I'm not really that type of person. I've always wanted to get bigger. Everything I do. You know, I wanted my music to get bigger. If I fucking, you know, if I want to play games, I want my gaming library to get bigger. If I want to fucking watch movies, I want my movie collection bigger. Like, I'm not the type of person to settle. So, something will happen. I'll figure it out. In the meantime, the only thing I know to do is just keep making videos and trying to have fun on here and blah blah blah, you know, etc. Whatever. Like, that's why. And I got like 4 more minutes, so I want to end this commentary with this. This is why I do what I do. This is why you will not get the exact same commentary over and over and over and over. This is why I don't do tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. I, as a person, am a very random person. I feel like I am a complete person. I'm not an image or persona on here because, you know, I'm not going to be Sinumatic the happy guy all fucking day. I'm not going to be the funny guy all goddamn day. I'm not going to be the serious guy all day because in real life, I'm not that kind of person. This is what you're going to get from my channel because this is what I get on a regular day. Some days I might wake up pissed off. 2 or 3 hours later, I'm fucking happy. Later on in the day, I want to be a goofball. Something comes up, I want to be fucking serious and talk about some serious shit. You see what I mean? Like, that's me as a person. And I'm sure a lot of people are like that. So that's what you're going to see on my channel. You're going to see a little bit of everything. Because I'm not trying to hide anything, and I'm not trying to be one certain thing. So that's why my channel is the way it is, and why it'll probably never completely change. As for the news, the newest added thing, like I think the news is probably one of the newer things on my channel. A lot of people have said they liked it. The reason I do the news is for a few different reasons. I want to break that down real quick. I know that a lot of news topics get searched on YouTube, so hey, yay. A chance to get some exposure and gain more viewers. For a second, I started doing it specifically because I started slacking and not paying attention to the news for like a year or so. So I wanted to get online and start looking up news. I find this crazy news and I'm like, I never seen this. So that's my way of bringing it to other people that have never seen it. You know, if I can find something crazy, then to me I can make fun of it in a video. And I'm spreading the news, and at the same time I'm having fun making fun of it. Or sometimes it might be a serious topic that it'll be something that I just think is fucked up, like, you know, child abuse or something. But I always try to bring a little bit of me into it, and I always link the main article. And the reason I do that is so, you know, if nothing else, you might go check out something that you didn't even know. Or you might enjoy the way that I put the video out, and you're going to get the same information as reading some bland-ass fucking article. But that's why I do that. There's a reasoning behind anything and everything I do on my page. And the only thing that I feel like I could change on my page that I don't know if I can do, and I've been working on it and I've talked about it in the video, is scheduling. I think I might be able to do some scheduling on my page in the future, but it's going to be hard because I am a very random person. I have about 4 videos up right now that the day that I made them, I wanted to put them up automatically because I wanted to get them out. I wanted to get the message out, whatever it was about. It was a couple stories and topics and things like that. So, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully some of you guys made it to the end of this video. If you did make it to this video, let me know. Leave a like, favorite, comments, all that. Let me know if you guys mind the long-ass videos. Because I might do these every so often. I don't know yet. I'm debating. Do a consensus. I don't know. Peace.